Hello and welcome to another episode of Clash Lords 2. Today we're going to do a base review on a player by the name of StormWolf. He's asked me to do pretty much a base review and talk about what he needs to improve on, how I can help him, etc. So I'm going to be doing that today. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I want to say first, before I want to do it, I want to say thank you for allowing me to do a base review on your base, and it's a pleasure. So let's go ahead and do it. Boom, Storm Wolf. As you know, I will be for all you guys that are new, I'm going to be criticizing on the layout, the heroes, and how creative the base is, and how creative in general you are with your defense, etc. Like whether you're using a new tactic or you're being a lot more, uh, more flexible, etc. So I'm looking into all of those aspects. So by all means, if uh, I'll just say those things that I found in the video. So yeah. The rating is from 1 to 10 on each section, and then I will go give an overall ranking of your base, etc. So first off, let's go ahead and um, look at your level and what you're at right now. So level 100 and you're at 3.186. I believe about a few hours ago you were about 3.2. So I believe that was when you're attacking. So this seems like this is your defensive capabilities right here, and that's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and see what you're doing at level 100. Not many people seem to struggle. A lot struggle to contain the 3.1, less of 3.2 close, and you seem to have that in the bag. So that's pretty nice. Moving on, of course, is the heroes. So first off, I'll go ahead and take a look at your basic skills. So 11 here, okay, and then we got ourselves 13 right here, 20 right here, okay, 14 and 10. Okay, and then we're going to go back again. We're going to look at the status. So we got a Virgo seems to be the highest over here in Libra. Okay, Sagittarius is the highest, and it will seem that Sagittarius is the highest. Quick tip: you always want to have a talent on your five most usable heroes. So just like what I'm doing right here, you also want to keep it in a sense like you always want to have one talent on any of them. This allows your heroes to always have something that they can use. Not necessarily put all three, but also at least have one if it's possible for you on the main heroes that you're using. Because two out of two out of five the heroes in a game mode you're going to be using the talents whether you notice it or not. And so that's very good. And you always want to get the most efficiency out of your heroes as much as possible. So next up is your equipment. Right here, you got level 70 Thunderblade on Landslide, and I would say you do not want to have that on your Landslide because your Landslide is more of a tank hero. It's not much of a high hit attack hero. And this right here, if you look closer into it, it increases the hit rate. It's basically for something that does a lot of damage. A hero that is that has a lot of a high hit rate, and most likely right here Sharon, which I'm sure you do. Yes, so this is the best idea for him. So what do you really want to have for inside the types of weapons you want to have? I recommend you having the heart and the dragon art, uh and at certain times you may want to try the demon axe, but that's really isn't gonna happen. But because the demon axe works in the sense that it helps if your enemy is a lot stronger than you are on HP. As you can see right here, if their HP is higher than their own. So kind of like boss basically. So you want to give this hero some. The ideal one is the heart, the dragon heart, and maybe the book, but mostly the heart. The heart is ideal for a tanky hero like Landslide. Next up, we got the mercenaries right here, level 31 at 1. This is quite ideal where you're at right now. At Virgo, so you're doing fine now, no complaint at all. Ancient heroes, I see you got zero at this. And I want to say your main five heroes, like, or you have like one specific hero that you want to focus on, that you want to put as much as 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 focus into it for the ancient crystals, because yes, they do cost a lot to get them maxed out, but it's a lot more efficient if you have like a selective group, kind of like if you have like your five main that you focus on only, rather than you spreading all the information around. So quickly looking around, like right here, this is pretty bad how you have five on here. Five does make a difference, but the difference is too small, so it's really basically you're wasting it in a sense. This, see, like basically right here where you have Sharon at level 40 on the ancient crystals, that's pretty nice. So then you really want to focus on him to get all those as much damage and all the other good stuff that comes along. So yeah, there you go. So you're doing pretty fine in those sections when it comes to those heroes. And focus more on Ambrosia if she is one of your mains that you use for almost every game mode. And then next up, we want to talk about is the aids. So let's go ahead and see this. So first off, we have Panda right here, Mr. Wonton. Increases level 4 hit rate by 6%. Okay, And Abyss Demon, bad idea. You do not want to have a hero that deals a lot of damage on a shorter period of time on a Tinky hero, because the Tinky hero isn't ideal for damage. So like you see right here, 8,000. That's pretty nice for a landslide and HP, but it's basically you want to give your heroes that are meant for more damage dealing to have these sorts of abilities or aids, as you would say. And Pengali aid, no issue there whatsoever. So I would recommend switching this. And this is kind of neutral right here with the Wonton Panda one, is quite neutral because again the dodge rate and um the uh, demon heart, I'm not demon heart, the dragon heart that you can have, and can also increases the dodge, so you can dodge more. And to go back to the talent section, it'd be ideal. The best talent for him would be nimble moves, which increases the dodge rate by 5%, so he'll be able to dodge a lot more and gain more HP back because that's how the dragon heart works, etc. So status right here, you're at Virgo, so 40,000 HP. Okay, so you're pretty nice. And at 8,000, again, that is pretty nice. I don't know how you got your landslide that strong, or is it just that I don't have a really good insight, but that's pretty much it. Next up, we got ourselves a great stage. Again, talent. I don't necessarily know which. Don't have. I don't necessarily have an exact talent that I can recommend for great stage because I don't know. However, I would recommend you to at least have one on him. So level 13, that's pretty nice. Let's see here. Okay, 2 rage. Okay, that's nice. And then Libra. So this guy's at 8.6. Seems like he just about 500 more beating Landslide. So this speaks a lot. Landslide seems to be um, quite a bit of damage. It must be because of the A's that you have in Landslide. Right here, where he had the the Abyss Demon, so level 140. Yeah, that's 67. Yeah, I guess that really does speak a lot of volume into it. So yeah, you really want to try and do that. And in the equipment, no issue at all. Greasy isn't necessarily one that has a lot of HP, and he doesn't necessarily have his skill doesn't necessarily do a lot of damage when it comes. It's more of a locking mechanism. So you're doing quite well in that category. The missionaries, obviously you're going to be working on these two, level 31. You're at the ideal spot, no issues are there. And again, try not to really spread them out unless they're your ideal heroes that you want to put the ancient crystals on. So moving on, overall this seems to be a pretty good group that you have here. I like the diversity of air and ground and of heroes right here. So you have long range, you have flying, and you have long range sharpshooter. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. It keeps you. It's not just all grounded in one air like the way I do it, which is quite bad. But that's my problem, I guess. Here right here is interest ancient. Oh, did I skip? Yeah, I did. We're going off to Sharon, level 20. That's pretty nice. And then Sagittarius, 3 talents, nice. Level 1, and then equipment. you're doing right here. The ideal, however, I do have a recommended weapon for him. You want to give him the bow. The bow mostly when you're on offense and the like GC etc. But the sword is ideal right here for defense. No doubt about that. Um, and right here, let's see, 55. Oh, no problem whatsoever. You excel at this category in all. Yeah, you excel at that. And 40, no issue with those. And then let's go to the 8 section. This no issue right here. This is a bad idea because Renee Vims only focus on your sharpshooters, not your heroes. As you see right here, sharpshooters base attack by 100, etc. None of this matters when it comes to your defense. I do understand that you're trying to give them something for HP and attack, but you don't want to put this on your defense because this doesn't help you at all in terms of your 8 skill for your hero. It only gives them the natural HP and attack. And no issue right here, no issue right here. But there are better categories for this section. So, for example, let's see. For example, how we have in Great Sage right here. I don't think I went into his aid, but here you go. His aid right here. I would not recommend this Wrath aid. Actually, it's fine on him, but the best one that you can put this Wrath aid on is on Sharon, and I'll explain a bit more in on Sharon and Landslide. Landslide because he's a tank, he's going to be pulling people into him and getting hit and taking out damage and all that good stuff. And so you in every 3 seconds, I believe on the aid for Wrath. Let's see if I'm correct. 25% every 3 seconds, correct. The boss will be dispelled and gain you 15,000 HP. So that's basically quite ideal for a tank hero or a long range hero, and not so much for a ground close up hero. Because like him, he's going to be going forward and getting hit. He Yeah, Landslide can take out the attention away from him, but that's not what Landslide's job is. I mean, that's not who Great Sage job is. So he should be the one like in second in line or something, and just backing up Landslide, etc. So you wanna eliminate this aid from him and put something else like um, I don't know. But next up, Pangali is fine, no issue here. Get the level up on Pangali level 128. Get it up. This is quite useful on all your heroes. The most ideal aid that you want to have on every hero is a Pangali aid. But at least when you're first starting off in the game. And then right here we got in Toxic Charm level 7 damage for 7% damage. Blah blah blah, and you don't want to put this on him. Reason why is because he dies too easy. Yeah, he dies too easy, and he can also create the bubble on the floor where he supports the other heroes. But the thing is, the aid on toxics also reflects damage, so that is something really for Landslide again, because the Landslide takes the damage and he dash out for everybody else, and you want to those types of aids you want to put them on your healers and on your tanks because they're the one that going to get themselves killed, or they're the most important aspect of the game when it comes to your team. So when they do die, at least you have something in a sense, kind of like a double-edged sword. At least you have something that you can accumulate for him. In a sense, if Ambrosia dies, she's supposed to be the healer. Well, the toxic aid will be on the floor and will still be healing whoever is behind. So I hope I explained that as easy as possible. That can be quite confusing, but I'm pretty sure you understand what I'm saying. And then next up is let's see, and that's pretty much it for here. So next up we ourselves Enchantress level 14. Awesome job here. Get a few talents right here, at least one, and then aids on this guy. You want to switch this out. You want to put, and this one is bad. This is bad. This no issue whatsoever. This aid is not ideal for Enchantress because yes, because it's ideal for the one which is more qualified for on your base right here is for Sharon, because Sharon spawns sharpshooters, 4 sharpshooters, and the aid of that you have for Arcane Caster here, the aid Arcane Caster here activates more allied So basically, it adds more damage every time you have more people on your side. So more heroes, more clones, etc. So you deal 6% damage more. That means every new player or every new summon or new clone, etc., that comes out gives this guy an additional 6% too. Yes, and if you just keep and they can just keep stacking up. And this in this case, this guy right here on adds four new clones. So 4 plus 4 plus 4, it means 6 times plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. That's awesome. And then so it's gonna go like over 24, I believe, over 20, over 18 damage, percent damage. The idea is you understand what I'm trying to say. It's not really about the math. It's more about you understand how it helps you a lot more in the long run rather than the short run. So next up we got ourselves we got ourselves let's see here. Um we got ourselves Enchantress 8. Okay, all this is fine. So let's moving on. And then Ambrosia 18. Pretty awesome there. Add at least one talent again. And I like the glory that you have on these heroes, especially Sharon. Nice, pretty nice on this hero. Awesome. No, you don't want to put anything that has to do with troops, because you're not using any troops on defense. You're only using your heroes, and that is that. But other than that, you have no issues when it comes to Ambrosia. I'm pretty sure your equipment is quite fine. Yes, no issues whatsoever, and the wizard is also fine. And the enchantment, you know you're working on it. I can see that. And so that's pretty much for your heroes. And level 144, 130, 180, 130, 135. Um, Levels don't really make that big of a difference. And yeah, they do. I understand they do play a issue. They are helpful. But for example, I can have a level 100 and then I can have a skill of 18 or a skill of 20. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I do understand how levels work. However, when it comes to your attack on these heroes and defense, I do love them. I do love them. They know that in my mind you'd crush me, no matter really no gameplay. Probably not GC because I've been doing quite well in that. Uh, a little pat on myself on my back here. All right. So, but other than that, you're doing really well in these sections. Next up, we're going to be talking about the base. So first off, I'll be going around looking at the levels of each different weapons and all the defenses, etc. So 5, 7, okay. Oh no, 20. That's such a difference. Okay, we got a 9 here and a 9 here. I'm guessing this is also a 7. Yep, 7. And then we got ourselves an 8 on these Reapers, a 12. We got ourselves an 11. And doop, doop. 7 and 8. There's nothing here. All right. And then let's go and take a look at these magic towers. 17, I'm guessing this is the highest one here. And this is 12. 9, okay. 9, 12, maybe? Nope. Okay, 10. Alright, 7. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so I see there seems to be quite a large difference between your weapons. Okay, let's go to these towers. 15, 15, 17, 21. That's quite a difference, alright? And then these cannons right here are quite powerful. 25 for your level, they're actually slightly below at level 100. Um, and then cannons, and then these mortars. We're going to go off into mortars right here. 6, definitely we're going to your mortars, and 18 and 9. Okay, and then next up we got ourselves the Irma guards. Guard, and then let's see. There's another one here, and another one level 4 here. Okay, okay. And Reapers seems to be, Victory seems to be quite fine. 17. Seems to be an odd one down here. Level 8 that you're working on, and this is a level 7 Guild Hall. And Big Bad Wolves, I have no issue with that. Walls, these are 8s. These are 10s, and these are 14s. 13s, okay, yeah, 13s. Okay, alright. Okay. Alright. So first off, for your base, some pros that I want to say is I like that you're trying to keep it all intact. I like on the inside. I like that you have quite, where to put your heroes on the base. The first thing that I actually realized noticed in the base is your hero is kind of like your guild hall is basically a hero. How you have your heroes, um, like not too close to the center, but also not too far from the outside, not too close to the outside. So you have in the middle section, and that's the ideal section where you want your heroes on a base that works well with GC and also well with League. GC because it allows your heroes to all of them to survive and keep fighting later on, because then the catapult runs out of attack and all that stuff, good all that good stuff, and then I want to say I like how you're using um, your magic towers. You're putting them on the closer to the inner, but not so much for the outer. Um, I want to say that you may want to switch the sniper towers and the magic towers out. Not all of them, because you do need to focus on protecting your victory statues. And so basically, think of it like this. And let me see a spot right here, like right here. You can have a sniper tower here, right? Like you can have a sniper towers here, like how you have the medic towers, sniper towers, and victory statues in this order. What you can do is you can take this victory statues and you can put it right here, and you can take this sniper and you can put it over here, around here. So what happened is you still have something that is protecting the victory statues in the case you have right here. You have a sniper tower that's protecting the victory statues, while you're also putting the medic towers on the inside to get a better range. Because look at, if you're looking at this like from this perspective right here, this is used, you're losing a lot of space. Yes, and here the best way I can explain it is in this case where the mortar might, mortars here, throw a mortar, let's you spawn right out here, right, your spawn, boom, you spawn, mortar shoots, detects you, shoots, your heroes move up, mortar already shot, blast lands right here. You're right here with all your troops, and then you easily take this guy out, this thing out, and boom, it's over with. Mortar basically useless. So when you have the mortar a bit further, like right here on the inside, or any, let me see if I can get something that has the range. Boom, like right here. In this case of like a range, the mortar they spawn or like slightly above, right? The mortar spawns, shoots it, still getting hit, moving, still getting hit. Heroes that are moving on the inside are getting hit, and your motor is still surviving and it's still dealing damage. And then you get obliterated. Your motor get evaporated. So you want to keep that. Next, another pros I want to say, good job on the gold vaults right here. Um, okay, nice job on putting the air defenses on the very corner outside. Because one, they have a lot of range, so they can kind of reach where the other section of the base needs help with. So the best thing I do is I do these things like this and see where I need help with, and kind of like right here. So you're doing really really good on this in this category. So basically, good job with the error, awesome job with the victory such as you also seem to understand the the had the difference between what needs to be too close to the town hall in the center and what needs to be quite further away. But you are doing quite a mistake when you're putting the sniper towers far too close, because one, the many towers deal far more damage than the sniper towers do. The sniper towers are just a lot easier to build, the mech towers are harder to build, but in the long run, they deal more damage to troops. And the troops, if you have noticed as you've been playing along these years, is when it comes to GC in almost every game mode that deals with heroes and troops attacking you, mainly the troops attacking you, it's the defenses that are going to eliminate the troops. And if you can get rid of the troops, you can get rid of the heroes when it comes to GC, etc. So what you want to do is you want to put these on the quite center inside and have these guys protecting these guys, because these guys don't have that much HP. They do cost a lot and it's kind of like hellish, really. But they're better in the long run. These guys are more of a stationary tower. Basically, there are towers. Take the hits, deal damage, support, long range, basically like the name, sniper towers. Um, and then Reapers, you seem to be doing quite a good job on that section. However, I would say you want to put the just like the medic towers, you want to pull in the Reapers a lot closer right here, like how you have the Reapers right here. Um, but not too close though, because you do seem to have quite a bit of them. So you want to put them kind of like on the second layer, like right here, and but also basically where you would put the mag towers. After I told you in this video, you take one. Again, keep a few of the sniper towers in this second layer right here, but move most of your magic towers in this inside the second layer. So keep like two or three of these sniper towers that protect the victory statues, at least in a corner, like right here, or these corners right here, etc. I'm pretty sure you see what I'm trying to say here. But then move the sniper towers kind of like right here, and then put these magic towers on the inside, and then you want to take these reapers and move them on the second layer also, because then this allows you to not be wasting so much space. As you can see right here, that's a lot of wasted space, and I know you do not want to waste any advantage when it comes to defense. Not only that you're wasting space from the outside, you're also wasting space to when you can be supporting a section on your base. Like, yeah, you're defending this spot, but really you're really gonna be attacking one thing or two things at a time. But if you have them right here and the Reapers stack up, you can deal far more damage and it can be a lot more efficient. So that is that when it comes to the defense of those. The motors, I have no issue. Looking at how the base is right now, the motors they are fine, but again, you want to try and move a few, just one or two on the inside, like on this section right here. So basically, have your best defenses right here, the one that it can take a lot of damage. Move them on the outer section, except for the air defenses. Move them on the outer sections right here, and move the ones that can take a lot of hits. I mean, and the ones that can't take a lot of hits, move them on the slightly right here on the outer section, not right here. This is suicide, like right here. And all your cannons, forget putting cannons on the inside. That's just that's suicide. Move every cannon, every cannon. Don't ever think of putting cannons on the inside. Put cannons on the outside. Cannons outside. Cannons just like their name, just like their name, and what they're supposed to do. What they're supposed to do. There are cannons, so they're at the outside. They're first line of defense after your walls. Anyway, next up is of course your Arm of God right here. And I want to say you want to put your Arm of God priority number one, dead center, right next to the town hall. These babies need to kiss the town hall's butt. Obviously, right here, when it comes to my defense, I do not have them exactly at my town hall because I'm using the Go Vault as a town hall in the sense that they're being protected by the sniper towers. But this is an issue. This is a problem because one AOE damage can just, yeah, I may not take these things out, but then they'll evaporate these things out. The Armor of God are. So don't make that mistake that I did. I made that mistake simply because I do not have enough space, or I can't find any space as of right now to place them on the inside right here. Yeah, I could, but then it would lower my efficiency on the inside here. So I have them on the outside, and I have found a secondary purpose for them. But as of now, it is they are gonna be like that. So moving on to you again and explaining, kind of give you more tips. Yeah, that's pretty much it for your defense. I don't have nothing else to say for your defense. So walls next up. Keep it consistent. Basically, this is if you don't get anything from me at all at, during this whole interview, I guess, is you wanna keep everything consistent as much as possible. Don't be like OCD like I am or something like that. You wanna be as consistent with your walls and everything inside your base. You wanna keep things symmetrical. That's the word here. That's the ideal word here. I want to keep things symmetrical. I can understand there's odd numbers, you're like victory statues, but this guy right here being far too big, making a big old hole right outside your walls, and I'm pretty sure you hated that as you were building it. But yeah, you want to keep things symmetrical. So that's pretty much it. And that's pretty it for the defense section. So I'll go ahead and say them in real quick. Uh, Switched a few magic towers with your sniper towers on the inside. Switch of one or two, three mortars, put them closer to the second layer also. Move your Irm Guard as close as possible to your Town Hall. Get your Reapers and put them also in the second layer. Make sure that there is at least one sniper tower protecting at least one of your victor, such as right here like this, on your on your second layer of walls. And three, you wanna take every goddamn cannons and put them on the outside. Your ideal spots for cannons will be around here sections, not many, not too much on the broad side, but not too much on the corner side either, because you want your cannons to be quite versatile to be able to hit sections like this and to also hit sections on the inside without necessarily drawing attention to themselves. And naturally players wouldn't hit would not really hit the, the like the sides unless they're doing suicide missions. So this also allows you to be very for your cannons to survive a lot longer. So you want to put them like around these sections right here, not at the corners again, and also not at the dead center because troops can be quite annoying. Um, and they can like pair up. So like where you can have one cannon right here, and you can have another one cannon right here, where it's kind of like meeting up the criteria, etc. And lastly but not least, get all your walls to a certain level. Like right here, I see you're working on level 13 walls, which great job on it. You want to keep all of them to level 13. So basically get this inner corner wall right here is all level 13. And I don't know, get all these level 9s or level 11 or 10s, and then get all these level 9s. Yeah. Um, and you may be like, but the walls are not really all that important. This is also for the players that don't seem to care about walls and see that I'm doing the most about walls. But hey, yo, bro, we got a new hero. He's called Woven Fiend, and he focuses on walls. So yes, walls are going to be a beast. 50% walls reflect damage, 20% skill damage taken, and 30% attack damage taken. So, boom, dope. Dope was fudge. So when you just want to keep be mindful of that, and according to how the game is going so far, there seems to be a lot when it comes to the offensive aspect of it. So expect the game to have a major update when it comes to stuff like defense, etc. Because if it's all offense, then what's the point of the base? Might as well just put them in rows and be like, here you go, motherfucker. So yeah, do that. Um, no issues with your goal votes. You seem to be doing right. Just want to try and spread them a bit. Your goal votes are actually at this section where I mostly put your cannons at, so you know what you're doing at that section. So they have the idea of survivability, but also support as well. So that's really nice. And that's it. So I'm going to go right now and give you your your three ranks in on to the three sections, and then I'm going to give you your overall on a 1 to 10 scaling of what I think of your base, as I promised. So base, based on all these things that I've said, I'll give your base a your base is a 6 right now. If you do all these improvements, there is no doubt in my mind that your base would be a a 7. They would no doubt be a 7, at least a 7. Um, 7.5 if you get them all equaled out in terms of levels. And I have talked to you, and you said there seems to you wanted to kind of like get your levels, your stuff at the level 100. You seem to love that 0 0. I guess you're kind of OCD. And then so that's your base. Your base is a 6 right now out of 10. Um, my your heroes you wanna your heroes, however, I say your heroes, just your heroes, just thinking about them. um all right, back to what I was saying. There seems to have been an issue. Yeah, so 6 for your heroes, I mean for your base. Your heroes based on your level, and what it was at first runs around 95 or something. And I would say your heroes they seem to have also the issue of not being consistent. in levels and also in glory in levels and also the level of skill. So I'd say your heroes are right around your heroes are at 7. So you want to get them all consistent to get them at 8 or at 7.5 at least. And next and then last but not least is your base overall creativity, which I'm going to say right off the bat is a 5. Is really like a 5 or really close to to a 4 because it really I in all honesty you didn't even care about that stuff, and it's not, it doesn't really matter. But I guess what I it's kind of like me. I like to be as creative as possible. So keep your not your base to be not only for it to be say, oh, that's your base. I know who that person is, but also to be like, yo, you got something new that you're using, a new tactic, or something crazy out of the blue. It speaks a story about your base, kind of like how far you've gotten and how good you are when it comes to noticing how defense work and all that stuff. So I gave your CO 5 when it comes to base. Actually, 4.5 really for your base creativity. And again, it doesn't really matter to most people, but that's just me. And That's pretty much it. Yeah. Overall, your base is a 7. You're right on the 7 mark. The base itself, the base itself, if you do and you fix stuff and etc., and you get all your heroes equal to all Secretarius, you'll no doubt jump to an 8, and it'll be really difficult to beat you in GC because of all the new improvements that you will have made. So then you jump to at least a 7.5 and then an 8. That's pretty much it for this video. You're just over 6.5 in this base, but you do make the cut for 7. And at level 100, 3.1, not many people seem to be able to hold that spot where you have actually seemed to hold it on defense around 3.2. So that's pretty good. And so I want to say great job and thank you for having me. And peace.